6 ounces. That's how much pure salt is sitting inside a 12-ounce bottle of Meat Church Holy Cow. Not roughly, not estimated. The sodium panel on the back of the label does the math for you, if you know how to read it. 6 ounces of rock in a $12 bottle, 42% salt by weight. And that's their best-selling beef rub in the country right now. And here's what I didn't figure out until I started pulling every rub off the shelf and flipping them around. This isn't one company being lazy. Every premium barbecue rub I looked at. Meat Church, Kosmos Q, all of them. The first ingredient listed is salt or sugar. Every single one. And there's a federal regulation that explains exactly why that detail matters more than anything else on the packaging. By the end of this video, you'll know the real cost of what's inside these bottles, which brands are charging you $12 for $2 worth of bulk bin groceries, and how to build a better rub at home for about $1.90. Let's get into it. Let's start with the most popular beef rub in backyard barbecue right now. Meat Church Holy Cow, 12-ounce bottle, $9.99 on their own website. Up to $14.99 at hardware stores and barbecue retailers. And if you buy it through Amazon from a third-party seller, you can pay north of $20 for the same bottle with shipping baked in. That's where the $30 rub reputation comes from. Bundle pricing and reseller markup on a $10 product. Flip the bottle over. The ingredient list reads salt, spice, dehydrated garlic, and spice extractives. That's the entire list. 4 items. Salt is listed first. And under FDA Regulation 21 CFR 101.4, ingredients on any food label in the United States must be listed in descending order of predominance, by weight. That means whatever weighs the most goes first on the list. That's not a suggestion. That's not a marketing choice. That's federal law. So salt is the single heaviest ingredient in this bottle by mass. More than the spice, more than the garlic, more than whatever spice extractives means. Now here's the part that stopped me. The nutrition label says 250 milligrams of sodium per quarter teaspoon serving. There are 227 servings per 12-ounce bottle. Multiply 250 by 227. Convert the sodium to salt weight, since salt is about 40% sodium, and you land at roughly 6 ounces of pure salt in a 12-ounce container. Half the bottle. The rest is labeled as spice and dehydrated garlic. Those are commodity ingredients you can buy in bulk for under $5 a pound at any restaurant supply store. And no, I'm not making that up. That's number 1 on the list. If a $12 rub is 42% salt, imagine what's inside that $800 grill. I built the Grill Buyer's Black Book. Every brand rated, every trick exposed. One flowchart to the right grill. $19.99. Scan the QR code on screen or check the link in the description and pinned comment. Number 2. Kosmos Q Dirty Bird. 11-ounce bottle, $9.95, direct from Kosmos. Ingredient list: salt, sugar, chili pepper and other spices, brown sugar, paprika, garlic powder, dehydrated onion. Salt listed first, sugar listed second, and then brown sugar shows up again further down the list. 3 of the first 7 ingredients are either salt or sweetener. The sodium panel puts this one at about 25% salt by weight. Stack the 2 sugars on top of that, and you're looking at roughly 50 to 55% of this bottle being nothing but salt and sweetener combined. The paprika, the garlic, the chili pepper, the stuff you actually think you're buying when you pick up a rub with a competition pedigree and a $13 price tag at Ace Hardware. Those are the minority shareholders in this bottle. Drop in the comments, which one surprised you more so far? Number 3. Meat Church The Gospel, their all-purpose rub. 14 ounces, $11.99. The ingredient list starts with sugar, then salt, then spices including paprika, dextrose, dehydrated garlic, celery silicon dioxide. Sugar is the heaviest ingredient by weight. Salt is second, and dextrose, for anyone who doesn't know, that's just another name for sugar derived from corn. So the first, second, and fourth ingredients listed in this $12 bottle are 2 different types of sugar and salt. The Holy Gospel version tells the same story. Sugar, salt, spices. 180 milligrams of sodium per serving. 1 gram of added sugar per quarter teaspoon. Sit with that for a second. You're buying a premium all-purpose rub, and the all-purpose part is sugar and salt dressed up with paprika dust. Now here's where it gets interesting. Walk into Walmart and grab a $6 bottle of Weber Kansas City Sweet and Tangy off the shelf. 14.5 ounces. Flip it over, turbinado sugar, salt, chili pepper, paprika, dried garlic. Grab a 350 bottle of Lawry's seasoned salt, 8 ounces. Salt, sugar, spices including paprika, onion, garlic. Grab a McCormick Grill Mates Montreal steak for $2. 3.4 ounces. Coarse salt, spices including black pepper, garlic, onion. The ingredient profile is structurally identical across every single price tier. Premium bottles and budget bottles are built on the exact same commodity foundation. The differences come down to grind size, whether they use turbinado or white sugar, and whether the label says no MSG in bold letters. Different logos, same pantry staples, one markup. And that markup is where this gets hard to ignore. Let me tell you something spice blenders know that most people never think about. At wholesale food service volume, food-grade salt costs about 7 cents an ounce. Granulated sugar runs about 3 cents. Bulk fancy paprika from a restaurant supplier goes for about 24 cents. Garlic powder, 19 cents. Onion powder, 27 cents. Coarse black pepper is the expensive one at 47 cents an ounce, and even that's under $3 a pound. A 12-ounce bottle modeled after the gospel. 40% sugar, 25% salt, 20% paprika, the rest garlic and onion. Costs about $1.45 in raw ingredients. A 12-ounce bottle modeled after Holy Cow, heavier on salt and pepper, runs about $2.86 because of the black pepper content. The jar, the label, and the shaker cap add another 40 cents to $1.25 depending on order volume. Total cost to produce and put that bottle on a shelf, somewhere between $1.85 and $4.10. Retail price, $10 to $15. Through a DTC bundle with branded shipping, $25 to $30. That's not a warning in small print. That's a 4-to-1 markup on table salt and sugar in a plastic shaker with a cool logo. They chose the margin over the meal. If you've made it this far, you already understand what this channel does. We break down the math. They hope you never bother to run. Hit subscribe. We do this every single week. Now, I want to be honest about something before we move forward. The point of this was never to trash these companies. These rubs taste good. Nobody's arguing that. Matt Pittman built Meat Church from a real barbecue competition circuit, not a corporate boardroom. Kosmos Q started the same way. The issue was never the flavor. The issue is the margin on commodity ingredients dressed up with a story in a shaker bottle. So here's what you actually do with this information. 2 options that genuinely earned a spot. Option 1, mix your own. And I don't mean spending a weekend building some 20-ingredient competition blend. A basic beef rub is coarse black pepper, kosher salt, and granulated garlic. 3 ingredients, that's it. Buy them in bulk at a restaurant supply store, or even the baking aisle at Walmart. A 12-ounce batch costs about $1.90 in raw ingredients. You control the salt ratio, which means you can actually season your meat properly instead of accidentally dumping 42% sodium onto a brisket because nobody told you what was in the bottle. You control the grind, and you stop paying someone else $10 to combine 3 things you already own. Meathead Goldwyn, the guy behind AmazingRibs.com, who is literally in the Barbecue Hall of Fame, has been saying this for years. Make your own rubs. They're cheaper. They're better when you dial them in, and you stop subsidizing someone else's marketing budget with your grocery money. Option 2. If you want to spend money on something that genuinely changes the way your food tastes, spend it on individual high-quality spices, not the pre-mixed blend. Single origin smoked Spanish paprika from a supplier like Burlap and Barrel costs more per ounce than a Meat Church bottle, but a tablespoon of the real stuff changes the entire profile of a pork shoulder. The flavor gap between that and bulk commodity paprika is not subtle. Fresh cracked Telecherry peppercorns instead of pre-ground dust. Real flake finishing salt like Maldon or Jacobson instead of iodized table salt. Those are ingredients where the premium actually lives inside the product, not on the label. Honest caveat, they're not cheap and you won't find them at Home Depot. But if you're the kind of person who cares enough to watch a 10-minute video about what's in your rub, you are absolutely the kind of person who will notice the difference the first time you use them. You now know something that most people standing in the seasoning aisle at Lowe's this weekend don't know. The gap between a $12 premium rub and a $3 store brand is not the quality of the ingredients. It's the packaging, the brand story, and the margin. And if you love the brand and want to support a small founder who came up through competition, barbecue. That's a perfectly valid reason to buy it. But you should at least know what you're actually paying for. Next time you pick up a bottle at the store, flip it over. Read the first 2 ingredients on the back. If it says salt and sugar, you just learned everything you need to know about what's really inside. YouTube thinks you'll like one of these 2 videos, so tap the one that grabs you. And if you made it all the way to the end, you already know this channel does the homework. Hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.